Hey there, everybody. CP Cards and Dice, and welcome to part 8 of a 10-part series on Fall Classic Baseball. We are joining the action in the top of the fourth inning. The score is 0-0. It is Wade Blasingame versus Tom Seaver. It's New York at Houston. So the Mets are visiting Houston, Texas, back in July 30th of 1969. This game closes out the month of July for Seaver. He's had some tough luck pitching in July. Basically, a lot of the roles have fallen into his third column, which is his weakest column. So he's pitched 3 or 4 games in July from that column. So he's not been as sharp as we'd expect him to be. But let's get started. It's going to be Tommy Davis leading off. We're going to pull a fast action card. We're going to look at the number in the 4 column because it's the fourth inning. That's a 66. That's a drive off the bat of Tommy Davis. And that is one hop off the wall and into second base. With a leadoff double is Tommy Davis, the Mets' best hitter. Here's Ron Swoboda. Pitch from Blasingame. It's a 14. A 14 is some sort of an out. It's a fly out to right. And that's going to advance the runner. So he's on third now. And here's Cleon Jones. The infield in the fifth, it's still the fourth inning, so they're going to, well, it's automatic on with a runner on third base. That's my house rule. So it's a 53. We're going to check for a range. And it's a 14, so there won't be a strikeout in the KD range. And a 53 is going to be a single. And we're going to see if the first baseman will get it. The first baseman's range, Eddie Matthews' range. Eddie Matthews' range is a 1. No, that's at first base. He's a 10. All right, let's see what we roll, and we roll a 7, so he does get it. And this is going to move with the infield in. Let's look and see here in the charts for that situation. Sometimes you get a little peculiar situations. So let's check the charts with a runner on third. And we're going to check the error chart. There's a chart for the errors here. Let's see what that says. Okay, I've been through all the charts and see how it is. All right. So, if the D20 roll results in a single, then roll again versus the fielder's E rating. So it could be it could be a throwing error. But no, because there was no single. And there's one out. The infield in, so he's going to try to score. Let me see, runner on third. So there's. All right, runner on third. Hit the Okay, runner on third hit the first base or third base. Runner holds. Or forced it home. All right, so the runner is going to hold here. End of story. It's done. All right, 2 out, and it's going to bring up Eddie Charles. His pitch, he walked earlier. That's a 4. That's a 34. 34 is a blank, but Blasingame's an A, and the 34 is a base hit. That scores a run. Mets have taken a 1-0 lead here in the top of the fourth inning, thanks to Ed Charles. All right, it's a It's a 54. That's going to be. Yeah, we're going to roll a 19 on the 54 chart. It's outside. I think that's outside the wild pitch range. With men on base, 19 is going to be lead runner picked off if pitcher is an S arm, and pitcher does not. Blasingame does not have an S arm. Weak arm. Okay, on a D6 roll of 1, he picks them off, and it's not. So there's no pick off. Okay, 1 D6 roll of 6. The runner is safe and possible wild throw. Roll on the D. Did we roll a 6? We did. Roll on the pitcher's E rating. So let's roll on the pitcher's E rating and his. Oh, he's a 0 E rating. Okay, so he makes no errors. All right. So runner's back. Let's do this again. It's a 54 again. That's happened more than once. All right, so let's roll to see if it's a wild pitch, and I believe it's going to be a wild pitch. And it's going to move the runner to second base. Liz is still up. Let's do this again. 4 is a 24. 24 is a hit by pitch 1-11. And it's an out, and that will retire the side, but the Mets pick up 1 run on 2 hits, just like that. All right. A guy named Lee Bales. I don't know if you've ever heard of him. Lee Bales had 27 at-bats. I have his card. The game offered me his card, and he starts in this game, so that's pretty cool. So they give you a lot of cards. I have one team with almost 50 cards. This is 1967, so that's pretty impressive. All right. Here's a pitch from Seaver. And a 23. 23 is a K. 1 down. That's a 16. A 16 is a K. Back-to-back strikeouts. And he's got 5 strikeouts so far. Seaver today. Strikes out Jimmy Wynn. Here's Rusty Staub, future teammate. And I think he's going to get the best of Seaver and a ground ball, and that's a base hit. So first hit allowed by Tom Terrific. Here's Eddie Matthews. He's a left-handed hitter. 4th column is a 43, and that is going to be an out to retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. Go to top of the 5th. In the top of the 5th, it's going to be Jerry Grody, who's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Let me. It's very inconvenient for me to put the cards there. That way, I don't have to stretch my arm across the screen. All right, can't see that very well. Let's see. I'm having issues with the lighting. This sometimes happens to me. I think I fixed it. All right. So it's a 5. It's a 34. All right, let's put this back over here. There we go. That helps. That's better. Now we can see a little bit better. All right. So where were we? Just got totally lost. All right, so that's an out there. We go to the top of the 5th inning. Jerry Grody's up. And we got a 34 on Grody. And Blasingame, a 34 is a single. It's a base hit. I'm not even sure if I pulled that. I can't remember if I pulled that or not. Let's just pull a new one. All right, 56. 56 is going to be a strikeout. And that's 1 away here in the top of the 5th inning. 13 is a strikeout. Tom Seaver goes down swinging. And that is strikeout 2 and 3. 1-0 Mets in the top of the 5th. Buddy Harrelson with 2 outs, and a 5 is a 41. 41 is ball 4. So Buddy walks. And next up is Bob Johnson. 61, and 61 against an 8 pitcher is a strikeout. So he picks up his Second, third, and fourth strikeouts here in the top of the fifth inning. No runs, no hits, one walk, one left on. Hope everybody's doing well. We're playing Fall Classic Baseball, trying to teach you this game. Plays very easily. Tom Seaver is going to be pitching to Bob Aspromonte. He will be with Met in 71. All right, it's a 5, it's a 32. 32 is a blank. Against a B pitcher, it's an out. One down. Johnny Bateman. 64. 64 is a blank. Against a B pitcher, it's an out. Back-to-back outs. And here's Ron Davis. Ron Davis is the left fielder. And it's a 5. It's a 64. And the 64 is an out. 3 up and 3 down, just like that for Tom Terrific. All right, let's see. Blasting game can go how many? He can go 27. And Seaver can go 36. And we are in the top of the 6th inning. Tommy Davis leading it off. He's 1 for 2 with a double and scored a run. It's a 64. 64 is going to be an out. 1 down. Again, we're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 is a 26. And a 26 against a lefty is a base hit, and blasting game is a lefty, so Swoboda picks up a single. He's on it first with a base knock, and here's Cleon Jones. It's a 25. 25 is an out. What kind of an out? It's a fly to right. 2 down. No advance. And with 2 down and 1 on, it's Ed Charles, a 6. It's a 22, and that is a 1-5 walk. Otherwise, it's going to be a strikeout, and it is a strikeout. Number 5. No runs, 1 hit. We go to the bottom of the 6th. All right, pitcher's up. And that is a 46. 46 is a ballpark. I don't even know. Oh, there it is. It's a 6 in the ballpark, and he is a lefty. A 6 is going to be a foul ball. So we roll again. We start the at-bat over. 6 is a 41. 41, I believe, is going to be a base on ball. So, yep, Seaver walks the pitcher. Not a good sign. And we're going to try to bunt with a guy named Gauthier. So we need to throw 2 less than 5 to make it a good bunt. That's 1. And that is 2. And we'll just say it goes to, doesn't matter who it goes to. It's a sacrifice, so we got runners on second base with 1 out. Tying run. Here's Gauthier. Here's Bales. Lee Bales. Never heard of this guy. I don't think he played very long. He's a second baseman today. Here's a pitch from Tom Terrific in his rookie season. And that's a 15, and that's a strikeout. So he blows a fastball by Gauthier. Clutch pitch for Seaver. And here's Jimmy Wynn. Jimmy Wynn batted .249 with 37 home runs. So he has power out the wazoo. The toy cannon, they called him. That was the nickname. I remember he played with the Yankees. They love that nickname. Phil Rizzuto couldn't stop saying it. The toy cannon. All right. Here's a pitch from Seaver. It's a 16. That's going to be strike 3. Seaver picks up 2 more strikeouts. He's got 7 so far. No runs, no hits, just a walk and a man left on base. All right. Let's see. Phil Linz is going to be leading it off. Linz, Grody, and Seaver against the blasting game. You can go 3 more, I believe. Yep. That's a 7 to 23, and that is an 11. 11 or less is a hit by pitch, and he gets plunked. So Linz is on at first. Grody's going to swing away. 7, that's a 26. 26 against the lefty is going to be a base hit single. What's going to happen with the speedy Linz? He is going to go to third. All right. So the Mets have first and third. And here's Tom Terrific. The infield is going to come in. And it's a 7, it's a 34. And a 34 is a blank. And we go to an A34, and that's a base hit. Little ground ball line through the left side into left center field, cut off by the center fielder Wynn. That will score a run. Will the slow-footed Grody go to third? That's the question. He does. He makes it to third base, first and third. And again, and that's going to be it for Blasting Game. He's out. He's out of there. And let's see who the Astros are going to bring. Just looking for guys that did a lot of relief. That's the way I do this. You got a lot of pitchers with this game. I'm just waiting for their first their sale now, and for Christmas I'm going to buy a couple more seasons. I don't know which ones yet, but I'm starting to think. All right, we're going to do Barry Latman. Barry Latman is going to come in. He's going to pitch to Buddy Harrelson and then Bob Johnson. Latman. And we're going to roll C where Latman comes in. He's going to be an AB. He's going to be a 16. That's going to be a C pitcher. And Latman can do 12 batters. All right, here's Buddy Harrelson. Buddy Harrelson against a right. He's batting from the left side. And we're looking at the 7 column because it is the 7th inning. That's an 11. That's going to be an out. What kind of an out? It's going to be a fly to left field. Runner on third advances. S holds. And Grody is S, so he's going to hold. So that's 1 down. Here's Bob Johnson. Here's a pitch. 7. That's an 11. That is going to be a ground ball and through for a base hit. Seeing eye single for Bobby Johnson. That scores the 3rd run of the game for the Mets. And where does Tom Seaver, who's slow-footed, where does he go? Fast and average to 3rd, so he's going to stop at second base. RBI single. Let's start giving some RBIs here. That's he brought in number 7. He brought in number 8. And he brought in number 3. I put a little circle with a number, and that tells me, yep, they got RBIs. And who they drove in, what guy in what part of the lineup. I just learned this stuff from other people. I just manipulate, making my own, and just try different things just to keep myself interested. Tommy Davis with runners on first and second. Here's the pitch from Laitman. And we said Laitman is a C. All right, it's going to be a 52. We're going to pull a card to see if, oh, actually we'll roll. It means super low, and we don't get it. So we're going to see a 52. It's going to be an error, potential error on the 3rd baseman. And that is a 12. Let's see what the 3rd baseman got. Aspromonte. And he's got at third base, he's got a 6, so he's good. So with 1 out, what kind of an out is that going to be? It's an even, so it's going to be a fielder's choice. 5-4. And that'll move Seaver to 3rd. 2 outs. And here comes Ronnie Swoboda, top of the 7th. 1, 2, 3. Let's do that. 1, 2, 3 runs for the Mets. And that's a 7. That's a 65. That's a home run off the pitcher. We're going to have to check the pitcher and roll off the pitcher. Latman's a C. That's going to be 1 to 20. That's an automatic home run. That's a deep drive off the bat of Swoboda. Way back, and back goes Ron Davis to the track, to the wall, looks up, and that's out of here. Mets have taken a 5-0 lead. And he drives in number 2 and himself number 4. So he picks up 2 RBIs. 5-0 Mets. Here's a pitch. And you know what? That should be all for the... Nah. He's only allowed 2 hits and 2 runs. That's a 7. That's a 65. This time it's a -4 to the pitcher, which is a 16. This is almost guaranteed a home run. Oh, and it's not. It's a fly ball to center field. And that is 3 outs. 1, 2, 3. But the Mets pick up 4 runs on 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. On 3. 1, 2, 3. 4 hits. 4 runs on 4 hits. They lead it 5-0. And Charles will be coming up in the top of the 8th for the Mets. Rusty Staub leading it off against Tom Terrific. Tom Terrific has gone 5. He becomes a B. Well, he's already a B. So he needs 7 to become an A. So 1 more and he'll become an A, but we don't know. Without a run, it has to be without a run. All right, we're looking at 7, and 7's a 32. 32's a blank, and Seaver's got an out. Retires Rusty Staub. He's a tough batter to retire. Eddie Matthews batted .238, 10 home runs. And a 7's a 15, and that's an out. Back-to-back outs. And now Aspromonte, 31. That's going to be a base hit. 2-out single. Aspromonte's on at first. And this is John Bateman. It's a 65. That's a home run off pitcher, but it's -6. And it's going to be a 4. 4 or less for a home run. Otherwise, it's a deep drive. And on the run is center fielder Cleon Jones. And he runs it down for out number 3. No runs. 1 hit. Go top of the 8th. Ed Charles against Latman. Here's the pitch. It's a 32. 32 is a blank, and 32 is going to be a potential double. And it is a double. Leadoff batter is on, and we're going to go to the... And this, we're talking about the 8th inning already. So let's go to the bullpen. Let's see, who do we got here that did a lot of the work for them? Carol Sombera. And we can bring in Sombera. He looks like somebody you can trust. And we need a pinch hitter. For next innings, we're going to pull a double switch. Let's get somebody here. Doug Rader. We'll bring in Doug Rader. I like him. He's going to play third base. Pitcher is going to go to the 6th spot. And it's going to be Sombera. And let's see where he ends up on his... Oh, he's a 10, so he's going to be a B. And Sombera can pitch to 9 batters. And Doug Rader will be batting in the 9th inning. His arm is an A. Let me see. And his speed is an F. All right, we took care of all that. It's Phil Linz right now. With a runner at second base. And it's Sombera with the pitch. And we're in the 8th inning. It's going to be a 22, and that is going to be an out, kind of an out. Fly out to right, runner on second advances. S-arm holds the runner. Do they have an S-arm? No, they have not in right field. They have an average arm. So it's a fly out, but the runner goes to third. You got a runner on third. The infield's going to come in. It's a 35. 35 is a blank. But we go to Simbera, who's a B, and a 35 is an out. What kind of an out? It's a line out to center field. If Wild Die is a 1, it was a 35, so White Die is not a 1. So runner with risk, roll d6. Let's see, line out center field. Basically, it's telling me to run with a risk. And the ball's to center field. The center fielder's arm is an A. So 1 to 3, he's out. 4 to 6, he's safe. I'm going to try to score him. Let's use this one. And he is safe. So sack fly. And he brings in number 7, 2 outs. And here's Tom Terrific. Here's the pitch. So 41. 41 is a blank. And on Simbera, who's a B, 41 is a base on balls. So they walk Seaver. Top of the order in Harrelson. That's an 8. That's a 16. 16 is an out, and that retires the side. Let's pick up another run. One run on 1 hit and a walk. They'll leave one there. And it's Ronnie Davis. Ronnie Davis, Doug Rader, and top of the order. And Seaver now he was a B, so now he's an A pitcher. And we're looking at 36 on Ron Davis. 36 is a blank. We're looking at Seaver as an A pitcher. That's an out. 1 down. Doug Rader's next. That's a house rule, by the way. It's not an official rule. It may be an official rule. Who knows? That's an 8. That's a 13. That's a 1 to 4 single. Holy smokes. For Doug Rader. And it's a 9, so it's going to be an out. 2 down. And here's Julio Gote. Tonight's a 23. 23 is a strikeout. That is strikeout number 8 for Tom Terrific today. No runs, no hits. He's got one more inning to go for a shutout. He's given up 2 hits, and 2 hits and a walk. Struck out 8. So it's pretty much of a nice. It's a gem. No two ways about it. All right, here's the pitch from Simbera to Johnson at the top of the 9th. It's a 64. Simbera, we said, was a B, and that is going to be an out on the ground. And he is a righty, so it's grounded to short. Doesn't matter. We're not writing that in. All right, next batter is Tommy Davis, 26. And against the lefty, it's a single. Otherwise, it's an out. 2 outs. That's the splits, I guess, the platoon advantage. And here is Ronnie Swoboda. That is a 62. 62 is a blank. 62 there is a strikeout. 3 up, 3 down at the top of the 9th for the Mets. The Mets are up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 nothing. Mets in the top of the 9th. And Seaver's going to face Bales, Wynn, and Staub here in the 9th. So these are tough hitters. See if you can get through them. It's a 34. 34 is an out. 1 down. 26. And 26 is a single versus a lefty, but Seaver's a righty. 2 down. And here's Rusty Staub. The Astros are down to their last out. Seaver's 1 out away from a complete game 2-hitter. 9 is a 62. 62 is a blank. We look at Seaver's an A. Strike 3. Ball game over. Seaver picks up his 9th strikeout. No runs, no hits. Seaver blanks the Astros by a score of 6-0. The Mets had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hits. No errors. No errors in this game from what I remember. And the Astros had only 2 hits and a walk. They only had 3 men on base. So that's the last start for Seaver in June. I'm going to write that in now. And we can look and see how he's doing in our replay. So he gets the win here. He goes 9, 2 hits, no runs, no earned runs, 1 walk, 8 strikeouts. He did not hit anybody. He pitched to 27-31. All right, that's it. Let's write that in. Final score 6-0 Mets. So he picks up a win. And it goes 9, 2 hitter, no runs, no earned runs, 1 walk, and 8 strikeouts in his 21st appearance. So we're going to add this all up now. Let's see. Let's do it this way. Let's add all this. 14, it's 8, 6, 14, 21, 30, 39, 40, 40.2. Here are the hits. This is 12, 20, 26. The runs, 11, 15, 16. Earned runs is 10, 14. And 6, 8, 9 walks, and 12, 18, 22, and 30 strikeouts. So let's now add this to these top numbers. So he's at 144.2 innings. He's allowed 117 hits. That would be 111 plus 6 would be 117. 45 plus 61 runs. 41 plus 55 earned runs. 39 walks. And 92 strikeouts. And let's see if we can get a calculator so we can do the ERA. Let's see. I'm punching that into my iPad that I have over here to my left. Online calculator. See what happens. Yeah, well, nothing came out. Do not know why. Let's try it again. All right, online calculator. I think I got one. And we're going to do 55 into 145. 55 times 9 into 1. What do we say? 145 equals ERA of 3.41. His ERA in 67 was like 2.76. But again, I'm learning this game, and I made a lot of mistakes in the first, I'd say 5, 6, 7 games. I was kind of played it with some mistakes, and it wasn't, I didn't start doing any tutorials till now, and in my first couple of tutorials, I already kind of clarified that I was reading the KD number, which is supposed to be an error number. I was reading it with the home run because it's right next to it, and that was throwing me off. So I don't think it ever had an effect. But I did it a couple of times, and after the first game, guys said, "No, you're doing that wrong. It has to be off the error roll," and then I adjusted that. KD check 1 to 3 is a strikeout when there's an error, depending on the column, of course. But anyway, that's about it. So now it's a whole. Well, what I got to do for the month of August now is print out all the. I print them out in one sitting. I look and see what games he started. I print out those scorecards, and then I just pop them into my clipboard, and I'll play the whole month of August. I don't know how much I can. Oh, there, Michael Terranova. How are you? Good morning, brother. I don't know. I can't express the entertainment I'm getting out of this game. I think it's a blast. It's a great little game. It plays so smoothly and it has so many details. Usually for a game with this many details, it's really clunky. But this has I'd say advanced narrative. I mean, the cards themselves, the effort that were put into these fast action cards. I mean, they're not just a bunch of numbers on a card. I mean, they have script, they have a narrative. There is information on these cards about different things that could happen, depending on this, depending on that, depending what the die. You roll 2 dice, a red and a white, depending what the white die roll is. This would happen. If not, this happens. But it's amazingly easy to navigate. And I'm really a guy who uh, struggles with certain things. Like, for example, this was way easier to learn than inside pitch. Inside pitch, this has such easy base running. It tells you, it has so many options, but it tells you he either advances, he doesn't, he's fast and he advances, or the outfielder's arm is strong and he doesn't advance. There's a lot of permutations, um, but it's very easy to follow. So I don't know what to tell you. One thing that attracted to me to this game is the fact that pitchers can have average stuff, their best stuff, or poor stuff, and they can still look at Seaver. He started off with his poor stuff, and actually he had his average stuff, which is really pretty good. So, but then of course I have house rules that you can improve. If you pitch a certain amount of time, you move up. So let's put away the Astros. And I don't think the Astros are very good. I don't know if it says that on there. Oh yeah, they were 69 and 93. Not very good. But oh yeah, this is a fun game. I don't know. I have to highly recommend it. Although, what can I tell you? They're gonna have a Christmas sale. I will get on this immediately. I'm gonna try to buy 2 more seasons. I don't know what seasons I'm gonna buy right now. I really wanted to play this one for a while. Seaver 67 season. That was Seaver's rookie season, 67. And I wanted to play that. And finally, I said, let me buy this set. Let me test out this set with Seaver's rookie season. So, and that's what I did. I've been also playing time travel baseball and having fun with that one. That one's a little bit different than this one. That one is like, it's a little bit rough in some areas simply because in their attempt to minimize the language, to shorten everything, to make everything like it's a minimalist type of approach. The language sometimes can be hard to interpret. They'll say certain things like runners advance if forced. I guess, does that mean that it'll say batters safe at first, runners advance if forced? And then it'll say, so it's like, is that a force at second base? If there's runners on first and second, is that a force at third base? But then it tells you, it has something about the lead runner and trailing runner. But what if there's a runner on first, and then of course the lead runner would be the runner on first. The trailing runner would be the runner on second. But if you pull this card, you get the lead runner, and if you pull this card, you get the runner at first. So then you can't be safe at first and also get thrown out at first. It's either one or the other. And there's, and again, let's see. Michael is talking. Interesting game. Went on their web page. They have the seasons I want. They have a lot of seasons. That's another thing that attracted me to this game. I've gotten a little frustrated with some designers who are like not, they'll tell you, yeah, I'm busy with life. I don't think and nothing's coming out right now. And I'm like, okay, well then I have nothing to look forward to. So I'm going to kind of put it aside until you decide you're going to start making some more card sets. I asked Stratomatic for you. Oh, don't get me, Michael. Don't get me started on Stratomatic. They had a sale over the weekend. I don't even know what it was, but I said, okay, all right, let me see. Maybe they stocked up with the season so I can buy some stuff. And there's nothing there. So what are they having a sale for? They've got their PC game that has all the seasons, but in cards and dice, they've got 1966, and then you got to go to 80 and 82, and then you got to go to 2005. And those 2000 years are not exciting years for me. I don't really like those years. I like the 70s and I like the 80s and the late 60s. And guess what? They don't have them, and they don't care. It's like I go to my supermarket and the shelves are bare. It's okay with them. It's okay with me. I'll just have to go to another supermarket. Thank goodness we have about 20 other games. And, if they have to be seeing a drop in revenue, not because guys don't want to buy stuff, it's because there's nothing to buy unless you buy stuff like they have like fringe stuff like the enemies sets. Enemies pits historical teams and then takes the batting averages that the players had in those historical matchups and those historical series. Like if these two teams played 20 games against each other and Rod Carew was batting 169, well, guess what? You're going to get a card in that series. You're going to get a 169 card for Carew. I'm like, but then how can you can't play him against other teams? You can't play him against other eras. You got a card that's made only for that series. That's nuts to me. All right, why anybody would want to play that? But you know why they want to play? Because they don't have anything else to buy, and they love Strat because they've always played Strat, and they want to buy Strat. So they'll whatever they come out with, whatever weird concoction. It's like being in a laboratory with Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. And what else do they sell? I think they have the Negro Leagues. Some guys like that, and that's fine. I don't know too much about the Negro Leagues. I would have to read a bunch, read up a lot about it. And I'm already enjoying the 60s and the 70s. So they have the Negro Leagues. They have the gems, which are like specialty sets. Now they did something called Choice, where you get to pick 4 or 5 teams from 19. Like, okay, I'm going to buy this set for $20 plus shipping $30. And I'm going to pick 5 teams from 2019 to put it together. Like I guess they couldn't sell their 2019, or they still have a lot left over, so they decided, well, let's do this. Let's create this deal for people. But really disappointing. I just can't. Why are they waiting? Why are they waiting till January, February to release seasons when they have no seasons available to buy? At least 70s and 80s, late 60s, 70s, and 80s seasons to buy. Why wait? You have all the cards that you've created already. Just hit the button and print them out, and you'll see guys will buy them. I mean, it's silly. It makes no sense. Well, what's the purpose of you running your business engine on an outdated, model that is based on guys not having money, based on people. I mean, guys want to buy your stuff. They're stuck at home because of COVID. All the prices of all our tabletop baseball games have gone up since COVID started because guys are like, oh man, I want to do this, I want to do that. There's so much free time at home. Yeah, so why not make a 72 and a 76? What are you waiting for? The guy, and I've talked about this before, our guys are not going to live forever. Why are you waiting 6, 7, 8 years to offer the 1970 season? You know how many guys are going to lose in 6, 7, 8 years? Guys that want the 1970 season and not going to get a chance to get it because you're holding back on releasing it, or the 72 season or the 76 season. Come on, man! Don't you realize we're not living forever on this end? We got a lot of guys who are 68, 69, and in 7 or 8 years they're going to be 77. I don't know if they're going to be able to play. Maybe some will and some won't, but it's ridiculous. I don't know what to tell you. It's just not even worth going there. That's why I don't really care. I have a few sets. I got rid of most of my sets because also a thing they do, they re-release stuff. So like 2015 and 2016 are out of production, but come February, they'll be in production again. And then if guys, right now those sets are going for $200 on eBay. So if you want to play 2015 and you put money in that, you put money into it, you make an investment on eBay and you spend $200, and then all of a sudden you say, well, a year from now or 2 years from now, I can sell the set and get my $200 back. But if they re-release the set, guess what happens to the value of your set? It's not worth nothing. It goes down to being worth $40 and you paid $200 for it. All right, so that's a huge, and then it would even give you a warning, so that at least you can sell your set before they re-release it. You don't even know, and all of a sudden you pay $200 for a set, they re-release the set, and all of a sudden your set is $40 again, and you lose $160 because you want to play a few games. So they do stuff like that. Where are you from in New York? I'm from Queens, Jackson Heights, Queens. 70. Well, I was born on 74th Street, but then I lived for about 20 years, 30 years. I lived on 77th Street and 31st Avenue. It's about 2 miles from Shea Stadium. Well, from Citi Field now. Yep. So I worked in Flushing, which was a hop, skip, and a jump. 5-6 minutes from Shea Stadium. I could see the stadium from where I worked. I worked there for 3-4 years. What else? I played my last high school baseball game in Flushing, Queens. Again, a few miles from Shea Stadium. So that's it. So what I want to do now is I want to look up let me look up what I do here, is write the dates. I write the dates. So Seaver stats. I write the dates for the games in August, and then I'm going to go into digidugout.com. That's where I get all my pre-filled score sheets. So I'm gonna, my iPad, it's an 8-inch iPad, doesn't work all that fast. And I'm gonna write down the dates here on the side of the page for 1967, in August of 1967. You didn't have this when I was a kid, man. You have all the data of all the games. You have the schedule. You have the starting pitchers. You have batting average at your fingertips. You know, it's so easy to do nowadays. And so I'm kind of reliving your youth, doing it the way you wish you would have done it. You wish you would have could have done it this way. And plus, I have programs and software that keeps my data for me. I'm doing this by hand. This is old school, okay? Because I just when I started this, I already started on paper, and I didn't want to have to input the games. But next thing, now I'm replaying. I'm learning time travel on using iScore, because right now I want to take a break from scoring for a while. All right, let's see what's going on August 4th. So I write 4, 4, 9, 13, and 17. 4, 9, 13, 17. He pitches. Oh, wow. Game starts and he gets pulled in the second. He gives up 6 runs on 6 hits on 4 runs on 6 hits. But then he comes back in the next game and he pitches again. That's interesting. So he pitches twice. Huh. I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to kind of simulate that. So he pitches twice on the 17th. And then the 22nd, 27th, 22nd, 27th, and the 31st of August. So I'm near finishing up this replay. This is the one I wanted to do for a while. And I have APA now. I want to do it with APA, 1967. That plays fun, fast and fun, except, you know, the pitching is not really fine-tuned in APA. Was Tom Seaver thrilled to watch at Shea Stadium back in the day? Oh, absolutely, man. He was really the franchise. I mean, he was a huge celebrity in New York. I mean, he won 3 Cy Youngs. He's in the biggest city, you know, in the country, an East Coast city. He's part of a team that goes to the World Series in '69 and '73. So he's getting partial credit. You know, he's a big part of that. This guy was a Cinderella story. You know, he was a clean-cut guy, a well-spoken guy, an educated guy. You know, my name is Tony. My name is Tony. Yeah, so that's the story about that. And the other thing I got going, let me show you a little bit about time travel baseball since you're on here. Now, time travel baseball, a big part of the game are these cards right here. They're called the gamble cards, and they're going to give you information. I love the cards in time travel baseball. They're kind of cartoonish. They're real large. You can see the huge font. It's like old school, straight up. I really like the font on them too. It's like old school font, and it's got, you know, quirky little, like a chopped ground out. It's not just a ground out, it's a chopped ground out. And it's not just like a fly out, it's a high fly out versus a low fly out. It's got kind of quirky little things. It has a short single, right? Then it has a pop fly double. That I learned today that's better than a regular double. All right, so this is Burt Camponeris. He's a fine bunter and he's daring. That means he gets some speed advantages. He gets speed advantages. He batted .250 in '73. So here's Joe Rudy. He's a pretty good outfielder. He has a home run. He's got a short single at 66. So his doubles are going to come off the pitcher. Oh, no, he's got a double down here at 11. So I guess he will reproduce whatever he reproduced in reality, about 20 doubles, about 20 home runs. That's probably what that means right there. So these are really nice cards. Now the gamble cards, sometimes it'll tell you pick a gamble card, right? And depending on the out situation, pick a gamble card. Let's say there's nobody on base. Pop fly single. A 3 center fielder gets a great jump and makes what looks like to be an easy catch. So there's, if this, if not, if this, then that. So I really like that about this game. It's a fun game. It's a Downey game, I believe. Downey makes really nice games. I got their Back to Basics. I play that as well. That's a lot of fun. But I actually like this one a little bit better than I like Back to Basics. Because this one's got cards, whereas Back to Basics has no cards. You got to just play off sheets. I've seen that they sell something. I'm not sure if they're cards or not. I have to find out more about it. But like, let's say there's a runner on first, wild pitch, runner to second, and another occasion. Let's say there's a runner on second, a double, left field, batter out at second. When ruled safe, or then ruled safe on shortstop error, allows batter back into second base. So it's a lot of cool stuff that happens here. Let's say there's a runner on the bases loaded. You would look at the one that's farthest. The third, around third, short single, right field. So the run scores on a short single. Everybody moves up one base. And really, there's just the two charts: the bunt chart, the hit and run chart, and the out chart, the runner advancement chart. That's it. And they're really easy. There's not much on the charts. I mean, this is a fun game. Let me show you. I'm going to start playing it now. I'm going to start playing it this probably tomorrow. I've only played a couple of games, but it's pretty straightforward. Look, this is one chart. It's got a lot of nice colors. Hey, nice to meet you, Michael. Thanks for stopping by, man. Did you join our Universal Baseball Association group on Facebook? Come on over and I'll let you in. Just ask to join. It's called the Universal Baseball Association, after the book by Coover about the crazy gamer, the mad gamer. And he's always he made up he's the commissioner of his league, and he's a fascinating book. And then you got that chart, and then you got one other chart. You got this. Oh wait, you got a steel chart. No, I think you got the sacrifice bunt chart, and you got the hit and run chart. But these charts are really nice. This is a fun game, and I like their approach. I'm not too crazy about the language in some results because to me it's unclear what they're trying to say. But I guess it's a work in progress. Maybe they can adjust that down the line. And that's about it. So I just wanted to share with that. I'm going to start playing that. So I'm going to go off the air now. I'm going to end the stream because I'm going to probably play another Mets game. I'm replaying the 1973 World Series. It's 1-1. The Mets, the A's won the first game 2-0, and then the Mets won the second game 11-4. John Milner hit a 3-run home run. Jerry Koosman got the victory. Vita Blue took the loss. In Game 3, I believe it's Tom Seaver who's starting. So I'm really excited to play that game. So I'm going to probably play one of those games, and who knows, I may come back on in a little while. And you know what? Sometimes I don't do this prime time or anything like that. Like I don't worry about it, to get the most viewers. I like guys to just watch and listen whenever they can. That's what I do. When I'm in the car going to work in the morning, if there's something that I'm following, if there's if there's a game I want to learn, I'll just listen to the guy play it in my car ride, or I'll put my headphones and listen to it at night when I wake up. I'm usually busy during the day. I have work, so I'm not listening to games. So just because you're streaming at 11 o'clock doesn't mean I'm going to be listening. And there's only X amount of time that I have to listen to other people play games, because I'm usually playing games myself. So I stream to basically teach guys and to introduce games to guys, you know. And I think that's important to keep our hobby going, keep our hobby fresh, and keep our hobby fun. And that's about it. This is CP Cards and Dice signing off. This was tutorial 8 of 10. So the next one will be 9. I'll have 9, and then I'll have 10, and then I think I'll have done my part in sharing the fun that is fall classic baseball. So this is CP Cards and Dice signing off. Take care, guys.